Hello, everyone! Today we'll talk about how the Roman influence played a fundamental role in the birth of what nowadays we call England. Many historians have agreed that Britain was first invaded by Julius Caesar in 55-54 BC, but the real conquest began in 43 AD under the command of Emperor Claudius. After the Roman legions crossed the British Channel, the first thing they saw was the White Cliffs of Dover, and since they were white because they were made of chalk, the invaders decided to call the place Albion, a word that comes from albus, which means white. The Romans landed on the southern shores of Britannia, facing the fierce resistance of the local tribes. The victory at the Battle of Colchester marked an important moment in the invasion of Britain, led by Emperor Claudius. The Romans established the foundation for Roman Britain. They defeated the local tribes called Britons and introduced the Roman infrastructure, administration, and governance. But they weren't just conquerors, they were builders. As they pushed northward, they constructed over 9,600 kilometers of roads and encouraged the growth of towns with also public baths that were open to everyone. The most iconic metropolis in the world, London, is a result of Roman engineering. In fact, after they built the first London Bridge on the River Thames, they strategically erected an urban center on the north side of the bridge called Londinium, from which derives the name of London. The established city's well-planned layouts, including forums, basilicas, amphitheaters, and bathhouses. These urban centers became hubs of trade, administration, and cultural exchange. The city of Bath, known as Aquae Sulis in Roman times, is one of the most well-preserved Roman sites in Britain. The Temple of Sulis Minerva shows the influence of the Roman pagan religion, as it is dedicated to the Roman goddess of healing and wisdom, Minerva, and the Celtic goddess Sulis. However, the most important monument is surely the Hadrian's Wall, a wall made of stone that stretches approximately 73 miles, 117 kilometers. From the east coast to the west coast, representing the border between the territory under the Romans called Britannia and what today is Scotland. The wall was a defensive barrier and a reminder for the northern tribes of the power of the Romans. Today, Hadrian's Wall is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular tourist destination. The Roman occupation lasted until 410. In 409 AD, Emperor Honorius withdrew his soldiers to defend Rome against barbarians, so the Celts were left alone against the Anglo-Saxons, who later destroyed the Roman British towns. However, the legacy of Roman culture remains, and their language, Latin, had a strong impact on the development of modern English. The name of many towns like Doncaster, Gloucester, and Manchester ending in Castor, Cester, and Chester. These suffixes come from castrum, a Latin word that indicates a fortified military camp. In conclusion, the traces the Romans left behind them in architecture, urban planning, religion, and culture remind the complex historical interactions between Celtic and Latin elements that shaped the British Isles.